Yo, and welcome to Thursday with me. And I am Mateusz, and I'm trying to cure my coding depression with more coding. And I create a arena-like PvP MMO game from scratch in C++. And every week I present what I did during the past week, and I do live coding, implementing something new in the game. And today is going to be a bit different because I'm not gonna show what I did in the past week because I barely do nothing. I will just do live coding and finish what I started doing. And I started doing implementing a generic Windows in sidebars. So let's go. Okay, here we go. I don't remember what I did, but I will remember soon. As far as I remembered, I added this rendering context, and this rendering context is going to be used in every renderer. So let's try to do it. Okay, so this is game renderer and it is called in the main loop. As you can see, renderer render, and it accesses a game context, which is the data got from server and stuff, and it calls other renderers, and other renderers other renderers accept this rendering context, and this rendering context is going to be created here. Rendering context. Okay, it got some bunch of so yeah, why is it so laggy like every week and I do nothing about this? Okay, the renderer it's created. Rendering oh hey, I have a rendering context here, which is okay, this and this, and let's just call the renderers a sidebar renderer. And why it doesn't need context? It should. Not now. Let's focus on view renderer. Okay, view renderer, why it doesn't compile like this? Because it has, okay, it doesn't have constructor. That makes sense because it doesn't need anything at construction. I can do it like this, game view renderer. Yes. Sorry. Why one argument? I don't need this argument because it doesn't. Okay. Anyway, it will compile. Okay, now let's focus on the sidebar renderer. And sidebar renderer, okay, it's here. It doesn't need this, okay, because item renderer is, we don't need a stateful this, we don't need this, believe, Okay, we don't need the constructor at all. We don't need this, and then we don't need the structure. We don't need this. Okay, private render sidebar. Okay, I'm starting to worry whether this class is even needed, but let's keep it like this. Okay, render will accept the. Okay, this is not needed. This is not needed. Sidebar. Okay, let's skip it. Game geometry, no. 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 Game context, yes. Okay, and now let's just copy this. Okay, game view renderer, it has. Okay. Rendering context. Render CTX. Cool. And render context is going to have data. Now I can access game geometry. Sidebars. Okay, let's just do it like this. Cool. Render sidebar. CTX. Render CTX. And now let's access renderer. Great. Yes. Okay, so this class is needed because we need to iterate over every sidebar, and in every sidebar. Okay, I will keep it like now right now because I wanted to remove it, but because it barely it doesn't do nothing almost. Like it iterates over sidebars, and in the sidebars it clears it and iterates over its windows. So let's keep it for now. Okay, I need this. CTX, render CTX. Okay, let's get rid of this and this. Okay, this method is not needed. Okay, bar, we don't need this. Let's remove it. Yes. Sidebar. Okay, it can be copied. Shit. Those renderers are like really small classes. Let's make it work and then we will think whether we want to keep it or not. Sidebar. We don't need this. We don't need this. Or this. Cool. Now game renderer. It creates sidebar renderer. Rendering context. Let's see if it compiles. Oh yes, sidebar window cannot be accessed. Okay. What is this? Sidebar window. It's assignment operator, and it is deleted because why? Okay, so we try to erase a window. Why is it not movable? This is why this is not implemented. Okay, first off, sidebar window is not implemented. Why it takes anything more than okay, window info. So we don't need the data. Yes, atlas. Okay, we need okay. We need this static data, which is okay. I'm renderer. Fuck. Okay, where are those created? And geometry, I believe we create the quick access window. And then inside the bar, get windows, remove window. No, in geometry. Okay, so geometry owns sidebars. And quick access clicked. Okay, here this method is called when we click on the backpack icon in the quick access window. Yes, and then we iterate. Okay, and we create a container sidebar window. And we create another window. So we create windows in game geometry. And game geometry, let's keep it simple. We will pass okay, sidebar window needs static data provider. We will pass static data provider to geometry class. Okay. Static data. Yes, in the constructor. And we will save it. And static data. Okay. Yes, sidebar window, quick access info. Sidebar window, sidebar window. Static data. Quick access window info is trivial, so let's keep it here. Info. Cool. Now, sidebar window. Sidebar window has constructor that accepts a lot of stuff. So let's create this window. First off, static data. Data. Yes. Rect. Checked flags. Let's go with the default ones and info. Now, no, this is cool. Now is window is container, get windows, it returns sidebar window. Okay, is container. Let's implement it. So it's actually easy. Holds alternative. No, container window info. And we just return it. Okay. Now sidebar, no, geometry. We go to geometry. Is container is provided container window. Okay, here are some sanity checks. Okay, window, container. So sidebar window, cool, we can access get container info, it will return const, because why not? And here let's just assert for is container, and then let's return std_get yes of info. Okay, here we are going to access get container info. Okay, container info and container sequence. Yes, that works. Remove when player equipment is implemented. Open one backpack. Why is it? Mm, okay. Window mrect sidebar add window. Okay. No. So we want to create this window like this. So here when we click on quick access backpack icon, we want to open container backpack, the main backpack. So first off, let's create info, container window info, and let's initialize its sequence number from the main container rect age. Okay, height is this is okay, and now sidebars. Add window like this. Let's try it. Okay, mutable window, container window, window no open, container window. What's that? Open container window. Okay, that is used when we right click on a backpack inside the backpack. Of course it's safe to const cast, why not? Window open, container window. That is okay. Yeah, there is a class called sidebars manipulator, and like more like an interface. Okay, it should be. It should have a visual destructor, which is okay. Open container in window. Yes. Quick access, open access. Okay, this is an interface, and this interface is used and it's implemented by game geometry. And how this is implemented? This is implemented in a way that we sure I can see that quick access sidebar window, that's it doesn't exist. Sidebar window. Let's do it like this. Now game geometry is going to implement this once. Okay, now let's update these methods. Yes, sidebar window is going to window access and get container info const cast container window info. That is going to work. It's recording. Yes. 25 minutes. Nice. Let's see. Of course it doesn't compile. Why? Remove window. Sidebar window. Why is it so hard? Okay, sidebar window. And move constructor is default move assignment operator. Let's make it default too, and it doesn't explicitly. Why it didn't? It's implicitly deleted because I'm close push button. Okay, push button doesn't compute because it has all this stuff rendered. And now we are going to remove this, and it's going to accept rendering context in its rendering method. Aha. Yes. Render context. Handle mouse up. M clicked. Why there is no? Okay. Not now. Not now. M rect. Now let's include rendering context. That's great. Let's remove this. It's even greater. Push button. Direct images. Okay, we need this. We need this. We don't need this. Okay, but we need the rest. We don't need this. We have okay, so first off I'm rect and I'm clicked. Yes, now we need this rect. And we need the callback. Yes. We don't need this. And we are not going to be able to create static asset is const. Of course it's not. Where do we... Okay. In place back bar. Too few arguments. Render. Yes. Game view renderer. We have this context, so let's just pass it here. Of course not here. Let's pass it here. Sidebar window. Why does it need it? Render. Okay, it doesn't need it. I can remove this, probably. Too few arguments. Yes. Okay. What? No matching constructor for to initialize game view renderer, and game view renderer. Okay, making it in why there is no constructor. Okay. Let's make it default item renderer. We don't need it here. No, let's no, we don't need it. We don't need it, and we won't use it. We will create this item renderer just on the spot. Yes, because why not? It doesn't need anything. Access rect. No, nothing like this. Okay, get rect. If I remember right. No. Okay, sidebar window. It has method to get rect. Okay, it just has the rect. Believe there is a reason for this. Visit. Left mouse up. No. Or sidebar window. Okay, so sidebar has a method to handle input. No. I remember I added it somewhere. Where is it? It's okay, it's here. Handle. Okay. Mm. Yes, we need these methods. Handle mouse down, handle mouse up, handle motion, okay. This, and we are not going to do anything right now. Or maybe input handler, okay. Window mouse pause. Okay, left button and left down, and right buttons are yes, and let's what is it? What is it? W sidebar window. I added this input button, of course. I'll mouse up. Okay, we don't need this one, we don't need this too. And we don't need those. Mouse down on sidebar. Okay, so window L, handle mouse down, mouse position. Yes, this is not needed. On sidebar window. Yes. R mouse down. R. Okay. Handle mouse down. Mouse position not needed. And we are gonna need this, but not now. Mouse up on game view. In complete type get container slot under point. Container sidebar window, no. Sidebar window, yes. Okay, we don't need this here. No, we don't need this. Mouse up on sidebar window. Quick access, no, we don't need this now. Sidebar, okay, access rect. Contains, cool. Game geometry needs static data, I believe. Game context, yes, static data. No, where is it? No static data. Game renderer. Static data is here. No. Okay. Cause it's created by renderer. Okay, the renderer is created here, game renderer. Geometry, of course. Okay, the renderer is going to be created here. Not in the game renderer. Cool, so the renderer now, game geometry, now static data. Yes. And now let's pass the static data to here and to game renderer. Yes, and let's pass renderer, game context. So we don't need this. Okay, we need renderer. So let's keep it. Bank renderer. We will see now. Of course it doesn't compile. And that is because why? 6. Okay, static data. Why do we need static data? We don't need static data. Yes, main bank, let's remove it. And geometry now is going to accept the static data, like it accepts it now. Undefined reference. Game renderer. Okay, that is easy to fix. What L mouse on sidebar? And handle mouse down sidebar window. I can see why this doesn't compile. And okay. On sidebar window first off. Yes. Bank. Okay. Incomplete type. Game game view renderer. Where? Game renderer, game view renderer. Static data provider, we don't need this. Okay. Const, it's going to be const. Why do we need our, okay, for rendering context? We don't actually need it. 3 and no. Let's remove this one. Let's copy, paste this, static data. Yes, we don't need this one, but we need a distractor to make pointers happy. Make unique. No, we don't need this. Oh. No matching constructor. Of course, I knew why. 6 argument requires 6 arguments. Game renderer, of course. Again, static data. We had it here, don't we? Static data. Bang! It built! I would dance if I could. Okay, so input is not going to work. Mouse input, but let's just spin it and let's see whether it crash or whatever. Of course, our magic. Whoa, no, that's not good. Okay, so everything like rendering works. We can walk, but sidebar is not presented where it's supposed to be. Do you remember the eye from the last episode? No. I didn't remember it too. So, what's up with sidebar? Oh, no. Let's commit. It's a lot. Made compilable. Remember, write meaningful commit messages. I'm not proud right now. Sorry. Okay, let's remove this. Sidebar renderer. It has a render method which just calls render game context. Okay, sorry. Window render. Yes, but we need to render windows in relation of, okay, so we have a bar. Yes, this bar has a rect. Yes, render context. Yes, and this window is inside its bar. So let's render. Let's rename this method to render relative to render context. Okay. Yes, rect. No point. Top left, let's say relative to, that is right. Copy, paste, top left. Yes. Button relative to mrect. Okay. Render window. And Okay. Um, Rendering rect is mrect moved by top left, that is right, relative to mrect top left, no, rendering rendering, yes, button render window. Okay, let's pass rendering rect there, render window, cool. Okay, I can see that. Window. Now we do have rendering correct here too. So we can, what we can do, we should okay, do not compute it every time render copy get text. Yes, the rendering correct, mrect, anywhere used, no. Bank. Again, backpack right, no, it's rendering correct. Cool, render window, it's quick access. That is easy. Should work or not should not work. Why? No. Let's see. Of course, render. No member. Render relative to. Yes, and now we get our bar, get. No. Get rect top left. And now it should work like a charm. Let's. Oh, yeah, it doesn't render anything because we need to start up a server. No hand, no hands, make build debug server. Great. Look at this beauty. Of course, no input right now, but we do have. Okay, it works, and we render sidebars on a good position, which is good, and it is worth committing. No, I don't want this quote. Now, input. That's gonna be tedious. Whatever, let's do this. Okay, sidebar renderer. Shit, I don't need this. Yes. Now it's like that, and now sidebar window. It. That will be boring. Okay, no, okay. Left mouse down. Let's go here. Left mouse down. What's going on? In left mouse down. In input handler. Have a lot of commented out code. No, mouse up, no. Left mouse down. On sidebar window, yes. Container window. Okay, so first off we need to now input handler bank L handle mouse down, let's say. On window. So we have this, and now we get this window, and we get this window, okay. First off, this implementation, so we need to visit our variant of Windows info. Visit visitor. Visitor is going to be very simple. It's like cons auto, and we get a window here, and in the visitor we do call this method with window and mouse position, and it should work, because why not? Now let's implement those methods, these methods. Okay, this is easy, and this is easy too. Now, what do we do if we are in container window? Why doesn't it work? What's the variant? We have two windows here, and it should work. Okay, const. Okay, no variant. Bank. Cool. Now, if we had container sidebar, no sidebar, we don't need this. Okay. Shit. What we are doing here is that we are grabbing some, mouse pose in container, mouse position. Window bar. Okay, let's assume that this mouse pose window is in window, and it's in window here too, and this one too, in container bank. Okay, mouse position. So as you can see, right now we have game state. What? Game state in window. Okay, so we have left pressed on window on a container window, which means we, for example, want to grab some item and throw it to the ground. And for this, we need to access the okay, I can see. We need to access the game state, container slot, get container slot under the point. Yes, this is the method that we need here. Window, mouse pose in container, window, access or context, container slot. Okay, so now we need to have game state here. Which is not ideal. And so when we can access the game state, we calculate which slot we have just grabbed, and we need to implement some generic drag and drop in the application, because now we are handling inputs in the window, in the sidebars windows, and for example we started dragging there, and we drop it in the game window, and the mouse up is going to be forwarded to the game view input handler somehow, and game view input handler should be able to read the global drag and drop state and distinguish that some item has just been dropped to the ground, and it should send a request to server to do this action. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's make it simple. Handle mouse down. Small steps. Game context. That is okay. Render okay. Game context. Server state. Input handler. Let's keep it simple. Yes. Now we're gonna have game state. Game context has main player, and main player has containers collection, which is good. Now, game context. Yes. Mouse down here with a game context. We have this game context here, and we call this method with the context. Yes. Window, we don't need this. Okay, get container slot under. It was implemented here. So let's just grab it and let's have it here. Uncomment. Change this to this container slot. Yes. Okay, container slot. We need this container slot. Yes. Now here we have a container slot, container sequence, and get container slot under point. Yes, we don't need. Okay, we are inside the window, so we just get this window here. That works. Container slot Y. No container slot here. Okay, let's create this method. Bang, this is const. There's probably a reason why it's not const in input handler, but anyway, container. We should be good. Left. Okay, in a minute. Window no W, but let's call this info. Yes, info. We have a slot. Now this is not going to be here. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay. CTX, that's not needed right now. Drag and drop. So let's just implement it, and drag and drop is going to be a very simple static stuff class. Yes. drag and drop. Now class drag and drop public. Yeah, drag and drop. It probably should be inside the game state. Game state, that's not the game state. I'm quit. It's not a game state either. Yes. Now, what can we drag and what can we drop? First off, this struct grabbed container slot. Now, okay, let's just grab it. Let's make it single header. Okay. Now variant. We have a variant, so let's create a variant std and now null opt. I believe there is no null opt. Or yes. Anyway, and another variant is going to be the grabbed container slot, which is okay. And reset is going to be has drag false alternative std. Okay, that is locked t, I believe. Now Okay, so we have this here. Now let's make it a member of game state. Include drag and drop HPP. Let's add it to CMake. It's the first one. Yes, I want to reload. Now game state. Drag and drop. Now in input, okay, game state. Now this reference to this drag and drop should be somewhere, somehow passed to sidebar window. Come no. So we have a class here, drag and drop. Alright, now let's not bother. Drag and drop. Okay, let's initialize it. Yes, and now in our beautiful handling stuff container slot, the mouse down on container window. Let's not bother about it, but now let's drag something, grabbed container slot. That is very good. Now window, no, we have info, and that should just work. It doesn't. Why? Okay, we don't need it. Here, now it should work. Bang, works. That is good. Okay, so handle mouse down on window. Yes, and this adds stuff to drag and drop. Cool. Now handle mouse up on window. Okay, first off, before I forget, let's in L mouse down, let's reset game state. Okay, drag and drop, yes, and reset it here. R mouse down, R mouse down, no, mouse up, yes, let's reset it. Grabbed container slot, we don't need it anymore. Yes, we don't need this stuff. Grabbed tile pose. Let's skip it. And okay, so we have stuff in drag and drop. Now let's in L mouse up, which is on game view, which is here. Now has value? No. Now we need in our drag and drop, fresh brand new drag and drop has drag. Holds template type name team, holds alternative hold. No. Now if game state drag and drop holds grabbed container slot, get. Yes, that works. Drag and drop, get this. We should just work, and now okay, that's not surprising. That is not true. And we send something. That is okay. Now let's do more interesting stuff, which is grabbing from ground to backpack. Because without it we are not gonna be able to pick up any items and to have any items in our main backpack. Yes, so L mouse down, no. On yes, L mouse down on sidebar, no. On game view, mouse up. Mouse down on game view. Yes. Tile pose. Position. Grabbed tile position. Now we don't need this one. Yes. Let's go to drag and drop and let's implement another struct. And now here we are gonna just include common point. And position. drag holds get reset. Okay. Okay, that works. Yes, now in our sidebar window, let's actually implement a left mouse up on K on this. So let's copy, paste handle mouse up. Game context. Yes. That is easy. Mouse up on window, quick access. Let's not care about quick access right now. L handle mouse up on window. On a container window. Sidebar window, let's just paste it here. Okay, try get. Let's implement try get in drag and drop, because why not? Okay, now mouse up on window. If there is drag and drop, file position. Okay, if it doesn't, let's return. Okay, we do have game state. No, we have context already. Now, accessor, no. Have a map here. Okay, map items. Bang bang container slot, which is info. Yes, messaging. Fuck. We need to send a message. So, okay, so we got to the point where we need to actually send a message to to server from sidebar window, and I think that's the point where I need to think about design and whether the window should know about another stuff, which is messaging and the whole server client servers stuff, or not. That's why I don't want to be boring too much. So I think we'll call it a day and just stop here, and I will work on this during this week, and we'll let you know how it went in the next episode, which is going to be on the next Thursday with me. So thank you for watching, and yeah, see ya next Thursday. Bye.